I'm just gonna pace because I'm angry, like Sylvester the cat. Oh shit. Jeez, I'm fucking tripping over stuff. There's this little fucking trim on the bottom of my bed that my pinky toe always gets snagged on. One of these days it's just gonna rip right off, and that'll be it for my basketball career. Okay. 0 views. This is just for later though, so I'll just talk to myself. For the people who watch it later, it'll be entertaining for you. I'll walk around. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get ready to go. All right, I'll open up with this rant when no one's listening. Okay. Okay. I gotta find this this comment, anyways. I think I have 1 viewer now. Excellent. So, you know what I fucking hate? Backseat weightlifting coaches. I'm not the best weightlifting coach, for the record. But I know the basics, and they fucking work. And the people that I deal with are novices and intermediates. Mostly novices, but it still works for intermediates. It's just that when you're an intermediate, you have to be even more focused. And you can't be fucking around. No alcohol. You have to eat a lot of food, and you have to be resting, and not fucking around with a bunch of dumbass isolation exercises. Everybody thinks that, you know, back in the 19th century when they're building railroads, maybe the 19th century. All right, the way that they would build them, all right, it's not in a straight line. Obviously, you might have to change the path if you hit some really fucking hard rocks. You have to go around a mountain, okay? Because they didn't have fucking jackhammers back then. All right, so they had to work with what they had. All right, but what they would do is they get paid per mile of rail laid. And so what they would do is they build a railroad like this. All right? That's what people are doing with weightlifting. They're like, no, my bench press sucks. It's because I'm not doing enough triceps. It's affecting my lockout. All right? All right? This might be a genetic thing. All right? My tiny triceps. Like, look how skinny my fucking arm is. Okay? That's not conclusive proof. But you get better at one thing by practicing that one thing. Like, I can't play through the fire and the flames, so I need to play smoke on the water. You need to practice your alternate picking. You need to also play with a fucking metronome. Maybe you start at 80 beats per minute. I don't know what the song's at. It's probably like 200 beats per minute. You start at 80. Let's say you're beginning. You start at 80. You're going... This is kind of faster, 80. All right? Then you're going up each time, okay, until you can play perfectly at each tempo. And then eventually, you go up to 200. Then you go even faster than that, okay? This doesn't really carry over weightlifting as well, but you go even faster than that. You get good at 210, so that 200 you can do every single time. Like the guys that write these songs, assuming they're not cheating when they're recording it, they can play even faster than what they can play on the studio version. But it might be a little more sloppy, okay? And you want to have a good studio recording. This analogy is not working. All right? But the only consideration you need for strength training, all right? Bodybuilding is gay. Don't do bodybuilding. All right? Strength training also is bodybuilding, but without all the gay shit. Because your body becomes built, because what you're doing is forcing your body to adapt to the stress, and the greatest stress is by lifting heavy weights. All right, not eccentric loading, not getting inflammation by pushing on heavy fucking weights and tearing a lot of muscle fibers. They call this myofibrillar hypertrophy. All right, inflammation that you get that makes your muscles swell is just for show. It doesn't make you any stronger. It just fucks up the actual thing. It actually just fucks up your recovery for the important things. Anyways, I got some chats here. Alright, this guy wants me to review his guitar playing too, so I gotta find his comment. It's from a while back. I guess the guy in Thailand he decided he wasn't gonna sleep last night. Everyone should be right. I might have to start washing my rice because I don't want any arsenic. And I think my rice is from Japan, so it should be okay. This guy says, as long as it's not from India, Pakistan, or China, then it should be okay. You want Vietnamese or Japanese rice. Uh, it's getting close. There's supposedly a girl commented, and she said that she really liked my 21st Century song. She said it was on repeat for like a month straight after she heard it. And I'm just a normal girl in the gym. Hopefully it's a real girl, all right? And if so, that seems very uncommon that a girl would like that song. It's actually, there's not that much vitriol in it. It's pretty fucking intense though. This one guy said that since I was wearing tight pants and cowboy boots, I have no grounds to call anyone gay. Sure I do. It's not gay when I do it. I only have so many pairs of pants, and those are my weightlifting shoes. So don't break my fucking balls. I'm not going dancing. I'm not doing achy breaky heart later. Okay. We're getting close. Okay. I'll get to the comments in a second. I just gotta find this guy. He wants me to check out his lifting. I'm not gonna record a video today. I'm sick. I didn't sleep worth a fucking shit last night. I feel like total crap. But I can do this because this takes less inspiration. Oh shit, I'm way out of it. Okay, wait. I'll just type in roast. Because he said he wants me. Oh, here we go. Maury. Oh, he's one of the members too. Well, Maury, here you go. Alright. Let me just pop out chat. Where is my chat? Oh, here it is. Okay. You do powerlifting. Rocker Kid, I saw your deadlift yesterday. You look like Sean Baker, MD. Hook grip's coming along, yeah. I wonder if you can see it. No, my camera quality's too low, but I like burned my finger from it. It's getting pretty good. If I had the gritty bar, some Indian guy was using it. I had to use it when a bar was shittier and knurling. It made it a little harder. Can I ask for some generic lifting advice? Definitely. Perfect timing. What, are you about to do something where my voice is going to go well with it? Okay, anyways, let's check out this guy's... let me just mute Diablo 2 here for a second. Display capture. Alright, let's check out his playing. Maybe you should roast my playing. I mean, it'd be better if you were playing along with a track, but I was expecting you to do the dumbass vibrato. It's like my guitar's over there. Let me just a second. I'll show you what I mean. Put Diablo 2 back on. Okay. Oh, I muted it. Oh well. So. I'll tell you what I mean by shit vibrato. That guy didn't have it, thankfully. Well, I guess you're gonna be watching this later, but I'll have to notify you. I told him I was gonna do it in the Saturday video, but this is gonna be the Saturday video. Okay. I just gotta plug in, otherwise you're not gonna be able to hear. Unfortunately, it won't sound right if I'm not plugged in. Anyways. Okay. Excellent. Are you ready? Good. I was born ready. Okay. Oh. Oh wait, now you can see all my stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see, just in case I'm showing weird stuff. Okay, good. all my hacks. All my add-ons for World of Warcraft, the secret ones that they don't want you to have. Are we not fucking plugged in? Hello? Am I not plugged in all the way? What the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on? Technical difficulties, much. Oh, maybe that's why you can't hear it. Just a second. Click this. Properties. Line 6. Oh, there we go. Still can't hear that. What the fuck's going on? Save. Okay. This is terrible. Alright, let's try this again. Are you fucking... Oh, wait, I know what happened. No. It's still... The power went out this morning. Oh, I think I know it. No, that shouldn't be the issue. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, so I guess my thing doesn't feel like working. That's really fucking gay. This is really gay. Fuck. Of course, I want to record something, or I want to show you something. Oh, no, it can't work. Because, fuck you. I mean, and now it's time for the internet to go out. God! Jeez, I hate technology. To an extent. Let me open up Mixcraft. Maybe I can play it through these fucking, Oh. You know, if I try to unplug this fucking thing, I'll get a fucking blue screen. God, I'm pissed off. Fuck. Alright, let's go like this. Core audio. Jeez. Okay. Output device. Yeah, we'll go through the TV. Alright. Whoa. Okay, that's not gonna work. There's a problem arming the input. Alright. Fuck this shit. Fuck you. Not you guys. Anyways. The vibrato is the one that it's like stinging. Oh my god, I'm pissed off. Fuck. Jeez. Oh, I can't hear this either. Great. Great. Oh, no, everything's gonna fuck up now. Are we gonna blue screen? Nope. Okay, I can hear this, thankfully. So you're playing, you go like this. I think everybody tuned out. Great. My own computer wants me to fucking fail as a YouTuber. Jeez. What a motherfucker. Oh, I'm pissed off. Great. Whatever. Fucking bitch. Fucking whore. He ran down like 15 No Kings protesters on the sidewalk. What is he, a Muslim? Here, just a second. What? What was I supposed to do? They did not respect the Prophet. Oh, okay, well, I mean, they didn't respect the Prophet. You're free to go. Alright, let's just check out more of this guy then. Oh man, that fucking pissed me off. Jeez. Here we go. Okay. Oh, he's got his lifts too. Oh, here we go. One more. Wait a minute. I just saw this. Well, let's check out his bench press. 315. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright. Yes, so good vibrato, way better technique than me. Um, but you gotta play with some tracks so that, well, I mean, I assume you do that, but once you start recording yourself in a DAW, and then you get some stuff written, like that's like some Paul Gilbert shit. So at least you'll be able to take care of all of the guitar playing, no problem. Usually can't catch the streams. Okay. All right. Well, here you go. All right. Let me just boot this thing up. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. I can't believe it did that. Oh. Oh, boy. Alright, I gotta shrink myself down. I'm too fucking big. Too huge. Alright, let me just get the chat open here. There we go. Strapping young lad. Oh, yeah, excellent band. Let's move this thing over a little bit. Yes. Kerry King guitar solos suck. Where it's just like totally... I mean, I sort of fits the music, but it's totally chaotic. There's no melody. And then it's just dive bombs. Destroyer Emo. Destroyer Emo. His first victim was Blood Raven. But his second victim is going to be Treehead Woodfist. And number 3, and Ariel. Get him. Later on, you'll be able to hear my... I don't even know. I think there's one person tuning into my rant that I did. All the backseat fucking lifting coaches. Oh, boy. Everybody wants to be muscular, but then they want to skip all the heavyweight lifting. I suppose you can look muscular and... without lifting heavy weights, but you got to use anabolic steroids. All right. And this, this is sort of a hot take if you're gay, but it's better to be fat and deadlifting 650 pounds than to be a 180-pound steroid-using twink you get sculpted biceps, all right, you've got abs. To me, you're still just fucking gay. Oh, I think it's your Saigons. Yeah, they are. I think those are kind of useless for me, though. I can't even wear them. My guy's such a fucking weakling. I have to be fresh for Saturdays at the moment. I train Monday and Wednesday. My strength is very slowly progressing. But I find I don't know when to give myself. To give yourself. You probably should do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday for your training. And then... That's kind of tough. Rugby's a hell... if it's during the season, yeah, 2 days a week, when you're just doing maintenance stuff, that's what you got to do. Because rugby beats the hell out of you. Rugby's fucking harder than football. Because at least with football, you only fucking run hard for like 4 seconds at a time. And then you usually only play defense or offense. You might play special teams if you're a really good player, as well as playing defense or offense. But yeah, rugby's a hell of a fucking game. I played that for 2 years in high school. Rest and when to push myself to work out, or exactly how far to take it. Howdy. My brother says you're leveling extremely quickly in Turtle WoW. This is the Chad class? I've got a Chad name. I gotta work on my strength, though. That's pathetic. Look at that vitality, though. And I only have 445 health. I think my brother told me that the barbarians, they get 5 health per vitality point, but I think everybody else gets like 2 or 3. So you started in Mage level 22. Yeah. I think I played a Mage for about 10 seconds. And in Warcraft, the only thing I leveled up, well, the only thing I got past level 20, I guess I got a shaman, but nothing really did it for me other than hunter and warrior. Yeah. Those are kind of retard classes, though. Definitely reach. Oh, I have a waypoint. I didn't even go. Oh, wait. Never mind. I didn't even activate it. There we go. Yeah. Well, the way I would play, I guess it depends on if you want to do, like, end game or, like, high-level farming where you're going to be running people through, like, Scarlet Monastery. Mage is definitely a lot better for that. You can make a hell of a lot of money. But the way I would just grind all the way to, like, level 30, almost level 40. Well, I wouldn't grind. I would do quests up until, like, level 15. And then I would just grind all the way to 40. And you get a hell of a lot of items when you do that. And it's, when I was doing that on the 20th anniversary server. And the prices are retarded. And so I remember I'd have they'd be retarded, so I'd be like, oh, I got Little Timmy's pea shooter. I can sell this for it's on the auction house for 80 gold. I'll put it on there for 79. And then I ended up putting it on the auction house probably like 10 times and then selling it only for like 20 gold. Because every time it would be like 80 and then it'd expire, and then I go like 70 and then make my way all the way down to 20. I still make money, but it's fucking annoying having to I put all these things on the auction house, and it would be like, it's like, oh, here we go. I'm going to have a pile of money in the morning. Then I wake up, and only like 2 of 20 things sell. This character is not new. I started this a while back. This is the one I was playing yesterday. Oh, here we go. I think I'm going to have to fight Treehead Woodfist on players 8. For the XP. What, you got full tier 3 on Warlock? I've hardly done any raiding in WoW. I just did mostly PvP. $1 a.m. on the beach, hitting my vape. Nice. I got my nicotine lozenge in now. I put in two lozenges before I went to the gym. I was gonna need it for my shitty ass sleep. I probably slept like 2 hours last night. That wouldn't normally like totally wipe me out, but that plus being sick. Oh yeah. Oh, rockin' issue. Let's fuck him up. Did they kill him yet? No, there he is. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. If it's during the season, you probably just want to do, yeah, like the way you're doing it Monday, Wednesday. But each time you lift, you'd have to do, I don't know, I would do like, shit. It's kind of tough. But I would do the heavy deadlifts on Monday, and then heavy squats on Monday, and heavy bench press on Monday, and then on Wednesday I would do just lighter. So I do RDLs on Wednesday, and then I would do like, I don't know, one work set of squats on Wednesday. Same thing for bench, and then also you'd also want to do your chin ups. You should be able to do your chin ups on any day really, because those don't really fatigue you that much. And I would just overhead press once a week too. My back still isn't fully recovered from that overhead press tweak that mid back tweak that I got. AQ40 Nax gear. I always thought the AQ40 gear was, like, what's that called? Tier 2.5? Especially Tier 2.5 Warrior, Shaman, Hunter. I always thought that was really cool. It's nice that they made Paladins actually good in Turtle WoW. Like, they gave Prop Paladins taunt. And I also like how you can do cross-faction dungeons. Because, you know, at the end of Warcraft 3, the Alliance and the Horde aren't, like, mortal enemies. Alright? I mean, they're not best buds. But it would make sense that you're going to be able to, find some neutral ground. Alright? And, battle the forces of evil together. Hit Niggle for like 3 years. Just need to do physical therapy. Well, if it's just like an annoying pain, and you've gotten used to it, and you've managed to train and not get injured with it, then it's probably nothing to be concerned about. I had some hip pain yesterday. I'm like, great. But didn't bother me today. Same thing with last week. There was like I had like a sore groin for some reason. Yeah. You force yourself to squat on Wednesday as well. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to want to squat and deadlift both days. RDL's on Wednesday, heavy deadlifts Monday, and then do like 3 sets of 5 squats on Monday. I would do 1 set of 5 on Wednesday. Same thing for bench. And yeah, you should be okay for your game on Saturday. Especially if you're playing one of the tough positions. I guess in rugby, every position's tough, but generally if you're one of the guys in the scrum, well, I guess everybody's in the scrum, but if you're a prop, then you really get the shit beat out of you. That's what I played. I was like 195 pounds and I was number 1. But I also played defensive line in football, and I weighed like 185, 190 pounds. The end. When I eventually went against a team that had big kids on it, I remember I got fucking clobbered. This guard, he was probably like 280 pounds. Couldn't do anything. He was probably a farmer too. He would just like grab my pads right here and fucking hold me there, or he'd just bulldoze me. I got the world's best cheap shot though. We did, I think we did punt. We were punting, and it was the other guard that I wasn't going against. He was less. He was still fat and way heavier than me, but he wasn't nearly as strong as the other guy. But anyways, I fucking blindsided him. He was turning around to block for the punt return guy, and as he was turning, he was like facing east. Okay, he's facing east. I fucking hit him from the side. He goes fucking flying. Because I'm in a full sprint. Feels like a tendon snapping against something when I walk a certain way. It's hard to describe. The girl will have to wait. Who needs girls? Girls are dumb. I just saw a video. There was this Twitch girl. I think her name's Emmy Rue or something. She just went to TwitchCon. They banned her from having her own private security. And some guy fucking accosted her. I think he just walked up to her. He's like 6'3". He walked up to her, and I think he just kissed her. It was fucked. Hopefully I never have a super fan like that. At least it wouldn't be as bad. But then again, I mean, I assume they would use more force. They'd be more forceful. It's going to be like a 320-pound gay guy. Jeez. When I become really big on Twitch, my favorite NFL team, Buffalo Bills, no. I don't follow football anymore, but it used to be the Indianapolis Colts when Peyton Manning was the quarterback. And then I watched a little bit because he switched teams. He went to the Denver Broncos, if I remember correctly. I really like Peyton Manning. So that's why that's I don't pick. But when I was a kid and I just sort of cared about colors, I like the San Francisco 49ers. Like when I played NFL Blitz 2000, the game, my team was the 49ers. But by then, I think all of the good players were gone. Because the 49ers sucked for so long. Like when I was into football, the 49ers blew. I remember they drafted a guy round one of the draft, a quarterback, and it seems that the round one quarterback picks never don't really seem to be that good. It's more of a position that requires more experience. Except for Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was a phenom. And another thing is that if Peyton Manning played for the Patriots in the place of Tom Brady, I'm pretty sure he would have had an even better career. But with the Colts, never really had a good defense. They just had a really good O-line and some good receivers, which does help the quarterback a lot. Like, for example, also when I was interested in it, the Minnesota Vikings had Randy Moss, and he made Dante Culpepper look really good one year. Same thing with Donovan McNabb. Although I think he got injured and he was never the same after that. I used to be into football so much. I remember watching the NFL Network like hours and hours every day. I remember I watched the Pro Bowl. They did some. It was like the pre-show for the Pro Bowl. Maybe it was the day before or 2 days before. It was like a sort of competition that they had, and they were doing a bunch of football skill drills and a bunch of other exhibitions, and I thought it was really cool. All right, here we go. Yeah, see you in a bit. Zero Riz. How is Riz gonna work on a girl that doesn't speak English, anyways? Like, there's a girl at the gym that's good looking. Her English isn't good enough for me to even talk to for her. Like, she doesn't understand enough of the nuance of the English language for it to work. Not that I'm the Rizzler. Colts are good this year. Excellent. American football ridiculously scary. Yeah, American football is a lot more dangerous than rugby. Rugby's really tough, but in football, you've got a bunch of like berserkers going full speed at each other because they feel invincible because of the helmet. But as we know, CTE, the helmet doesn't protect you from CTE, especially at the speed that the NFL guys do. Because the NFL players are probably the best athletes in the world, but they're not the. They probably also have the lowest intellect of. Well, I suppose they'd be at the same level as the NBA players. Shit, I was late with my players 8. Anyways. And no offside lines. No offside lines. Well, the play's over, though, when someone gets tackled. And there's definitely offsides. It's just that... Oh, wait, what's this? This thing's probably trash. Oh, great. This is going to be so good. Oh, I guess that's really bad for level 25. Wrestling's like the hardest sport. Freestyle wrestling is probably the hardest sport. And then probably rugby. And then probably football. Alright. Now I gotta show a car this scroll. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Stony Field waypoint. That's okay. Oh, I guess boxing. Yeah, I guess boxing is pretty tough, too. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I was thinking of high school sports. I don't think anybody does boxing in high school. Wrestling, though, is not very good in high school because unless you're in the unlimited weight class or you're in a weight class that your body normally sits at, but lots of guys try to cut weight. They'll be like 6 feet tall and they weigh 115 pounds or something. And that's really bad for your development as a male. CTE and MMA will never be as bad as NFL. Yeah, I also think that MMA requires more intelligence. Football is just like full speed ahead, freight train. Okay. All right, be the ball. Yes, yeah, sparring. Yeah, it depends on if you have good sparring partners. Hopefully, you're not going to like. I assume eventually, like you probably don't go all out until like you maybe do that once a week. But you wouldn't want to be at a gym, especially if you're more of a novice. You wouldn't want to be at a gym where people are like going full out. Like you got to work for a living, and then you go to like Sam Hyde talks about this, where there's guys that just go all out, and then they have to be in work on Monday or the next day. Oh, I'm on players 8. I'm doing a Trish run. Yeah. Oh, I mean football that can work in a self-defense situation. You just got to back up and sprint at people. But yeah, but wrestling's definitely better for self-defense. Football it's sort of like weightlifting, where it's like it can make you mentally stronger, but it's not going to give you the skills that are going to be very useful for self-defense. Although the best technique for self-defense is to not be put into that sort of situation. So just don't go to the like it's for example, whenever you talk to someone that's from Chicago or something like that, or let's say you're in DC, you just know where not to go. But then again, those places are they're sort of safe spaces in the classic sense of the word. Whoa, that was close. Holy shit, my guy's hardcore, remember. Wow, that was bad. Holy shit, my guy died. Okay. Oh shit. I'm gonna get my clicks all mixed up. Shut up. Yeah, it's especially if you're in like England, for example. Any major city, it's becoming less safe out there, but everybody already knows that. You tune in, if you're any sort of, if you're even a little bit right wing, then you're going to be getting YouTube videos daily showing some like fatiguer episodes. Oh, maybe if I just go like this, Griswold's going to be punching really slow. A CCW. What is that? Concealed carry. Unfortunately, you can't have that in Canada. Yeah, Canada's not such a... If you have to defend yourself, you have to... It's sort of... I was listening... apparently it's the same in Australia, where it's like, you have to use equal force as the person that's attacking you. Alright, so, for example, the situation where this would be really retarded is if you're a girl and you're getting attacked by somebody. Equal force, like pugilism, isn't really going to work. Alright. I suppose that you could argue that it's better to be alive and not the victim of a assertive lovemaking session, if you know what I mean by that. I suppose it's better to be alive than to have suffered that and be under criminal investigation. But it's better, obviously the ideal situation is to be not have to deal with the state for defending yourself justly. But then the state isn't about delivering justice. I don't even know how much XP... Oh, I'm level... Well, I did level up. I have to go get my buddy. Pratham's costing me a fortune. That's why women shouldn't be cops. They have to rely on the gun too much. My friend just sent me this thing on Instagram, and the girl probably weighed. She might not even have weighed 100 pounds, and she's a cop. Castle doctrine. Well, I mean, I think we have that here. It's just that it's not as, I don't know, self-defense friendly. Like, there was a guy in Lindsay, Ontario that killed someone that broke into his house. And then he's under investigation. Like, they weren't coming into his house to say hi or to sing Christmas carols, okay? Because the person that broke in, if I remember correctly, he disarmed them, he took their weapon. This is his story. Doesn't matter, they're breaking into his fucking house. Alright, like I said, they're not going to be singing Christmas carols to him. And anyways, he kills them, and he's under investigation. Let's say he doesn't get acquitted. All that fucking stress from having the state breathing down your neck, that takes fucking years off your life. Isn't there, what do they call that? Like, I can't remember what the sort of the sort of thinking of that is. It's like policing by consent or something like that. And so that's why the cops in England for a long time didn't have guns. They probably had to just bring guns back just because some people don't really, they just sort of exploit that. Yeah. What do we got here? Got some really crappy items. This is the world's slowest playthrough. This is an XP run, though. He feels much stronger now. Oh, well, lucky you. Let's go back to Players 1. It's going to take me just an hour just to get to Andy Ariel at this rate. Let's just get Jimmy and get the fuck out of here. Oh, well, I gotta kill these guys.
Deckard Cain, if you value your life, leave here immediately.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that you lost your guns in a boating accident. I suppose it depends on your state. And also what weapons you have. My cousin, he bought a... What the hell did he buy? He bought some rifle or something from somebody last year. And then like a month later it went on the prohibited weapons list. So he's basically just got to leave it in his gun cabinet or just turn it in. Because he can't use the thing at all. He can't use it for hunting. Because that's what he bought it for, obviously. And people in Canada don't even think about using weapons for self-defense. Or guns for self-defense. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been nice to live in a society where the cops prosecute criminals instead of just intimidating people for not following some stupid regulation. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta. Oh no, oh your car's been parked on the street too long. Like for example, Mark Plummer, the weightlifter, he just posted something on Instagram and he was talking about how one of the immigrants on his street ratted him out for having his truck parked on the street for more than 3 hours because there's different bylaws. Like in some towns, you can park your car overnight, no problem, or there's parking on the street, no problem. But in I think he lives in Canada, which is a suburb of Ottawa. If your car's parked on the street for more than 3 hours without moving, you get a fucking ticket. And so instead of, I assume it was the bylaw officer that showed up, which is just a totally bitch job. You have to be a real petty asshole to do that. But the cops can also issue parking tickets. So you're giving out a ticket for, like, go catch some real fucking criminals. All right? And I assume Canada, Ottawa, there's probably a lot. Wait, let's get the hell out of here. Iron lives in prison for breaking into someone's house and holding a couple at knife point. Supposedly the couple had done some things to a kid and he was enacting vengeance. Well, that's another thing. One of my favorite movies is Death Wish. Alright? And of course, since this is YouTube, I do not condone violence in any manner. But I love vigilante justice. In a, obviously, remember YouTube, alright? In a fictional setting, of course. Alright? God forbid justice should be done. Alright? You only say that if you have unregistered ATF stuff like a short-barreled rifle with stocks that don't have a tax stamp. Yeah. Yeah, the ATF might come and kill your whole family if you're doing something that they think's bad. I was just thinking the other day about Max Payne, and there's like fan theories for everything. Like for example, Jar Jar Binks is actually a very powerful Sith Lord in some Star Wars lore. For people that just have way too much time to think about not inconsequential things. I suppose you can consider this that, but Max Payne, one of the weapons, especially in the playthrough that I did, one of the main weapons is a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. I was thinking that maybe the ATF actually is what killed his family and not some sort of, not like, I don't know, mafia occultists, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that's who killed his family. Punchinello? Or no, it was a government agency. Oh, I guess they did it anyways. It was some sort of, off the books, 3-letter agency or something. Tough cookie woman cops never let you off with a warning. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing. Is they're just petty tyrants. Unfortunately, if you put lots of the people that go into these sort of jobs, they're not reasonable, and especially women. I don't know if you've ever worked under a woman with authority, but I worked in restaurants where they make a woman a supervisor, and she goes on a total power trip. I remember the lady came out. I showed up 10 minutes early for work, like you're supposed to. I was just sitting in my car. Because that's another thing, is they don't want you to clock in early. Because I worked for a really cheap guy. He doesn't want to pay you for an extra 10 minutes. I was getting paid $10.25 an hour. This is going way back to my A&W days. So I'm there. I'm 10 minutes early. I'm sitting in my car. And the supervisor comes out. And she leans on my car. This disgusting fat bitch. She leans on my car. And she's like, you're supposed to be here 10 minutes before your shift. Okay, what does that mean? Inside the building? Where I have to be with you fucking freaks? I have to listen to a bunch of pedantic, silly, bitchy women for 10 minutes? For an extra 10 minutes? Oh, great. I should have got the Dark Wood waypoint. Death Wish 3. Death Wish 3 is fucking sweet. The best Death Wish movie, though, is number 2. Because, like, 2... and then 1, then 3, and then 4, then 5. Because Death 1 and Death 2 or Death Wish 1 and Death Wish 2 are sort of more like thrillers. I think they're better movies in general. But Death Wish 3 is an action movie, and it's fucking sweet. Especially when he brings out his he's with Ernest Borgnine, I think. and he has an M3 Browning, and he's just gunning down a bunch of fucking dirtbags. And he also has the Wildy pistol, which is like a, I don't know, 50 caliber or something, and he like blasts some guy. It's some guy. It's some like purse snatcher. He steals his camera, and then as the guy's running away, he just blasts him with it. Ruby Ridge, yeah. Well, the Fed set him up, apparently. The Fed set him up, and it's like, oh, do you think you could like make a saw, a shotgun or something like that? And this guy's like, oh yeah, no problem. You just got to get a saw. You just take a hacksaw to it, and then clean the burrs off. And then they're just like, oh, you're gonna work for us, otherwise we're gonna have to drag you in. And he's like, I'm not working for you. And so again, I guess they needed to kill his whole family. They shot his son in the back. They shot his wife in the head when she's holding their baby. She's holding their baby. A sniper shoots her in the head. All right, with the baby in her arms. Yeah, that's probably the most terrible thing I've ever heard. Apparently Waco's even worse. I don't even want to look into Waco because it's just going to make me more upset. Oh yeah, I just go this way. Let's just push on all the way to the inner cloister. Oh. Strength and honor. In Death Wish 1, there's Jeff Goldblum. He's one of the dirtbags. Each movie has a cameo from a actor whose career sort of doesn't blossom until later on. And yeah, Death Wish 1 has Jeff Goldblum, and Death Wish 2 has Lawrence Fishburne, and then Death Wish 3 has Alex Winters, and Death Wish 3 takes place in New York, but it's filmed in London, England. Local community kept bothering Randy Weaver to solve a shotgun for him until he finally gave in and did it. Yeah. Yeah, it was some sort of like, I can't remember what the group was, but it was some sort of like individualist thing where it's like, we're going to go kind of off grid, and that's extremist. It's an extremist group, I think. I think that's what it was. It's been a while. I haven't I haven't reviewed that story, or it's been a few years, so some of the details I forget, but yeah, it's fucked. The Death Wish 5 has Michael Parks in it, and he's like he plays like a southern racist really good. And he's also in a movie called The Hitman with Chuck Norris. And he's playing the same character. That's a good movie. Hitman with Chuck Norris. And also Invasion USA. That's a good one. Am I level 43 yet? Yeah, I am. Okay, good. Usually I'm not out of normal mode until level 50. But I didn't feel like doing a bunch of bail runs. I was trying to boot up Turtle Wild the other day. Because what happened was I got an issue with it, then I kind of lost interest. I switched to windowed mode. And it fucked up my game, and it made my screen black. And so then I was just like, okay, I don't want to fuck around with this. And then I had to put some files into the WTF. I had to go into the WTF folder and then adjust this TXT file that they had, and then it fixed my game. But then I had to install an update, and the closest server that I could update from was Singapore, and I already have bad internet in this room. So it was going so slow, so I just fucking closed it. Vanilla fixes to make Turtle WoW. Oh. So that's not the normal Turtle WoW launcher then. Okay. It would be a good thing to stream on YouTube if it wouldn't get you a strike. I know a guy, I do get recommended this guy, I don't know, every few days, and he streams Turtle WoW, but he probably, I don't need a strike. Once you get your first strike, you can't post anything for 7 days, and then strikes never go away. Warnings go away, because you get your first warning, and then you like for certain things, for example, like if let's say I got a strike, or I'd get a warning for streaming Turtle WoW first before I'd get a strike. But then, as soon as you violate that one time, then you get your strike. And, yeah, I don't need that yet. Another thing about Mark Plummer is that he might get in trouble from the government, because there was a guy in, I think, North Bay, Ontario, that just got 9 months for posting swastikas and denying the Holocaust online, and so that's set a bad anti-free speech precedent. And so Mark Plummer's post on Instagram today was like, immigrants need to fuck off and leave. Although Mark Plummer is planning on leaving the country in a couple months. I don't know where. I think he's going to like Panama or something like that. I don't blame him. Apparently, where he lives, the average house price is $800,000. He does make a pile of money, but it's no sense in losing it all for no good reason, or having it taken from you for no good reason. This guy was telling me that I should move to like Tulum. Yeah, that's the tough thing though, is that what the hell am I going to do there? My YouTube channel doesn't make that much revenue.
This place has a stink of demons about it.
I suppose if I lived in the Balkans, where the average salary is €300 a month, then my YouTube channel could sustain me, I suppose, if I wanted to have a subsistence existence. Oh, wrong button. Come to India? Yeah. Come to India. There was a guy that commented and he said there's a bunch of nice places in India. And I suppose because I'm muscular, I'd be getting like, because Indian guys like fawn over me. All right? Not even kidding. Maybe I could be a celebrity if I lived in India. But it's too hot. $300,000 for a one-room apartment. Well, how much is that 300 USD? 300k USD? Or whatever the Swedish currency is. What is that called? Kroner? Oh, that's one-room apartment, 300k. Is it true that if you look muscular, then they'll like, the cops can like force you to take a drug test, and if you have steroids in your system, you could get charged? It's interesting that that's Jim Myth. Okay. Yeah, that just seems retarded. The countries that went the hardest on socialism after World War II became the most feminized. The white ones, that is. That's why Canada is a lot more, even though, our culture is a lot similar to the US, because of the socialism, where it made us way more gay. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's a chicken and egg situation. Because we're gay, then we want more socialism. There's another thing I heard about Sweden is that during one winter, I think this only happened. I think this was only a one-time thing because of how bad it was for the sort of economy, at least for that day. The people were prioritizing, at least one of the city governments were prioritizing clearing off the sidewalks instead of clearing off the roads of snow, because most women would walk to work, and so they prioritized the sidewalk clearing over the road clearing, and so the economy was at a standstill for a day or two because of that. Explain the socialism thing. Bicycle pass. Oh, roads were fine. Okay. Who rides a bicycle in the wintertime? I guess if you have some winter tires on your bicycle, you could do that. Swedes, yeah. The Dutchman. See, I can see a Dutchman doing some weird stuff. There's a hell of a lot of Dutchmen in Ontario. Dutch people really think there's something special. I don't see it. Well, the thing is they probably want to if for example, if you get disliked, for example, or you piss someone off in a position of authority, then if you were in this situation where they make you take a drug test, then they might try and pin you for drug trafficking or something. It's like, you have 3 bottles of test in your apartment. You were going to sell that to somebody. I could see that. In Canada, you can legally own steroids, but you can't sell them. But I suppose if you had your house checked, inspected by police, and you had a lot of, let's say you had 10 test balls, or maybe you'd have to have more than that, because you couldn't say that that's TRT, then they might try and pin something on you. The barracks. I think Smith needs a good ass whooping. Unless you live in the hood. AKA where all the migrants are. Or, not a realistic scenario. You mean a common scenario. What would the police be doing? What would be more outlandish than arresting someone for steroid usage in the gym? I guess, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen. But I just couldn't think of anything. Some of these things people get charged with. It makes 1984 seem like not so not really a parody or something. Not far-fetched. Yeah. That's what Greg Valentino said. Is that the I think I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but when he got arrested for drug dealing, steroids way back in the day, in like year 2000 or something, I think he said that lots of his customers were cops. I suppose the only people that might abuse it would just make abusive people more abusive if they're on steroids. If you're naturally sort of laid back and cool headed, then it wouldn't really be that bad. There's also a lot of guys on the police force that have they're like covered in tattoos and they have the shaved heads and beards. I don't trust people that look like that. You're not like if you're a cop, you're not supposed to look like a criminal. I think of it like the New York Yankees, where you need to be clean shaven and have a nice haircut, or at least a clean cut if you have hair, and no tattoos. The guy they arrested. Okay. Oh, the ex-military guys, yeah. I remember there was this guy that I knew that was in the Canadian Army, and he wanted to get fit, and so I'm like, okay, well, why don't you we'll go to the gym tomorrow? And he's like, tomorrow's not gonna work because it's Friday, or today's Friday, and we're drinking tonight. I'm like, okay, well then just don't drink. He's like, I'm in the Army, you have to drink. I suppose it is sort of like a boys' club, and you got to fit in, otherwise you're not going to have a good time. I'd rather just not join. The last person who was in the Army in my immediate family was my grandfather in World War II, and he hated it. Okay. Yeah. I trust you. I think the best possible scenario for joining the military is leaving without ever having to see or do anything that's terrible and never looking back. Low-fat chocolate milk is glorious. Oh, yeah. The lowest fat chocolate milk that I could find was like... Shit. It's kind of tough because it has cocoa in it. But it was like skim milk, but with some cocoa added. And it was still, I don't know. It was like 0%, 0.6%. But if you can find 1% milk fat chocolate milk, that's a really good fucking bulk food. Most calories I've eaten a day, probably 8,000. That was back on my high-fat diet, the high-fat days. On the high-carb days where I had lower fat, it was probably like 6,000. That was back when I was doing the jujubes. I remember I had like probably... The most candy I've had in one day was like 400 grams of jujubes. Well, it was almost a pound of jujubes. It was two bags of it. That was back when I developed my carpal tunnel syndrome, which I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have developed Although it's almost gone away. I wouldn't have developed that if I wasn't doing that. The candy. If I wasn't pushing the candy so hard. You had to sign up for the duration of the war. No tours. Well, my grandfather was in Italy, so he was in the army for 7 years. I don't know how he joined the army exactly, but he liked being a peasant a hell of a lot more. In my family's it's peasantry, being like a laborer, is just in my family's blood. All right, just doing like mindless work where you're just swinging away at some thing. Like his thing was, yeah, he was obviously a farmer, and then it was like the classical Italian guy where he does like, they got a garden and he knows how to do everything, and he slaughters his own animals, and makes his own wine. He would make his own grappa too, which is the worst fucking alcohol of all time. Italians put that in their coffee. It's like, oh yeah, way to ruin your coffee. You might as well be drinking gasoline. 17-year-old Armenian that killed a guy in a gym here. He received citizenship for murdering somebody. That's a new one. I was in during Bush administration, and it was still shit. Jujubes? Well, maybe that's the Canadian way of saying it, but it's just like it's like a little squishy candy, and it's they have like these artificial fruit flavors. High carb thing. 700 plus. Yeah. Oh, so you're not doing your you're going the unhealthy route. It definitely is better for. Actually, how unhealthy is it really to do the high carb thing? I suppose it depends on what your carb sources are. But, like, don't do lots of candy like I was doing. Or, well, the cereal, a shitload of cereal is probably not good either, especially lots of it has oats and it's made of corn. But it might not be all that bad, unless you're, assuming you're giving yourself a break from eating. Like, don't be the guy who gets up in the middle of the night and eats a big meal. Because you're going catabolic, but yeah. So avoiding diabetes, and I think the main thing that might be the worst is just having too much fats and carbs. It might be the combination of the two, and then also not exercising. So being like an average Canadian. I hate those things. They're too chewy. Yeah, they're pretty chewy. I remember I got some from the grocery store that were hard. And I just fucking threw them out on the street because I'm like, I'm going to break a tooth from eating these because they were a little stale. I should have felt around more. I got one of the older bags. In a different spot in the store, I found the soft ones. They still kind of suck, though. Jujubes in the movie theaters. I was getting them at Circle K. There's this, the brand's called Cottage Country, and there's a whole shelf of. I still get candies, but I don't get the 200 grams of carbs ones. I get sour watermelon slices, and those are fucking good. You eat a ton of rice. Do you rinse it off? I did that once or twice, and I'm like, this is a total pain in the ass. I just want to dump it into the water and start cooking. Potatoes. Raw eggs. Do you eat the raw egg whites? Because that just messes my stomach up, and then I'll eventually shit my pants. I did the raw yolk thing, but that's just a pain in the ass, and it's also disgusting. You go to the cinema, you get yourself you carb up on nachos. That's one thing I've never had is cinema nachos. I remember I saw it when I was a kid, and I saw the cheese, and I'm like, that actually looks good. I never tried it, though. I have a feeling it's really bad. And it's definitely not cheese. Well, no, it's just the egg whites that don't have the bioavailability, and the avidin from the raw egg whites inhibits the B1 absorption. And so you want to cook the whites, but eat the yolks raw if you want like optimal nutrients. But that's a pain in the ass. Raw eggs plus orange juice plus kefir. Oh, and then that would be okay, yeah. I also heard another thing where if you like break up the yolk, let's say you stir it all up or you put it in a blender, that kind of destroys some of the nutrients. But one of the things that makes it disgusting is when the yolk is swallowing the yolk. It's like a big ball, big oozy booger. Over easy eggs, yeah. Or sunny side up. Egg yolk is so damn good. I like you make a sunny side up egg or over easy, then you put it on a slice of rye toast. The avidin thing's blown out of proportion. That's when you use. I think drinking eggs with a straw would make it even worse, because then you got to suck like a Dyson. What do you feed your chickens? Do you feed them corn, or are they just running around eating worms and stuff? Yeah. Especially kefir. 1 liter of kefir from the store here is almost $8. That's probably $5.50 American, but it means that's still... like, that's crazy. Layer crumble feed. Is that also organic? You know, I've told the story before, but I haven't told it in a long time. My friend, one time, they have chickens at his girlfriend's place, or her girlfriend's parents' place, and he's like, "Hey, do you want some eggs?" I'm like, "Sure." He shows me the eggs. They've got shit and fur on them. They've got shit and fur on them. I'm pretty sure that's not normal. All right, and because chickens don't usually shit on their eggs. And if they do, then they must be stupid chickens. But anyways, even then, you shouldn't give me chicken eggs that have shit and feathers on them. Snacks and treats, you're going to make your chickens fat. It's normal. Yeah, but let's say that you get these eggs from these people. Do they give them to you in a 12-pack with the shit and the feathers on them? I'm pretty sure this one had fucking shit on it. Because I got eggs from the other people that I know, and they were all clean. Well, the thing is that I didn't really need much of a shelf life for eggs because... Holy shit, I almost died. Whoa. Okay. I don't need much of a shelf life because I would eat at least 6 a day back when I was eating them. I haven't had them in a while. I just take phosphatidylcholine as a supplement because I just got turned off eggs. I'm pretty sure these ones were shitting on their eggs. Alright. These were a special breed of stupid. Anyways, it was gross to me. I suppose I'm too much of a city slicker. I'm gonna ding. What did you miss? We're talking about eggs that are covered in shit and feathers. You know, I've played a lot of RuneScape. Okay. All right. And when you kill a chicken, there's bones, there's feathers, and there's an egg. No shit. Exactly. That's the most realistic game I know. Also, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Well, most of the girls in RuneScape are just like freaking weirdo weebs that they play as a girl character. I mean, in World of Warcraft, I had one or two female characters, and no, I had one. That was my female night elf, Death Knight, and then also in Oblivion, I had one female, and she was a Breton healer, and I had my knights in the night armor. It was fitting because if you're gonna play a healer, I think that's a good role for a woman. So, but usually the guys are like they're just like weirdo gay guys, or closeted gay guys. There is the four times XP RuneScape thing going on right now for members, and I still have my membership, so I think tomorrow I'll play some RuneScape. What time is it? It's 3? Okay. I got to beat Andariel, and then it's going to be over and out, I reckon. Seven out of 10. You're telling me that RuneScape girls that play RuneScape are all 7s? For the majority of girls that play RuneScape are 7s? Or 7 out of 10 of the female in-game avatars are actually girls? Sapphire. I wonder how many guys have met their wives, and vice versa on RuneScape. This guy did tell me that he went to a wedding where the bride was a maxed out character, level 99 everything. You know she's a keeper. How much do I spend on groceries? I probably still spend $900 a month. It's gone down a bit, though, since I started eating a lot less food. Oh, shit. All I've had today was a man cake and a tub of yogurt, 750 grams. Usually, I'd have probably triple that. At least, yeah. But I don't really have an appetite because I have this cold. You're talking about, when I was at the gym, I was talking to this guy. He's a cottage cheese fan, so am I. And because you know one of the now you don't necessarily have to talk about the weather. You can just talk about the expensive grocery prices. That's in some cases it could be some corporate greed. Like for example, lots of the grocery stores in Canada were caught. They were stating the weight on the meat package, the meat that they were selling, as being heavier than it actually was. So like 1 pound was actually about 70% of a pound. And so in that case, yeah, that could be some, corporate dishonesty. But it's mostly inflation. But anyways, just a few years ago, you could get 1 pound or 500 grams, so half a kilo of cottage cheese, the high quality stuff, for about $4.50 or $5, maybe $4 if it was on sale. Now it's like And that's only 60 grams of protein. Oh, finally level 2. Yep, yeah, we get Skier in Canada. It's pretty good. The brand's called Siggy's, and I get it once in a while. They have, it's actually really good. It's sort of like dry yogurt. That's the way I see it. And I get it when it goes on sale. They have this really, they have good flavors, but they have a vanilla that is absolutely horrid. The raspberry, they also have a banana flavor, but they have some other berry flavors, but the vanilla one is so bad. Holy shit, my freaking ass is getting sore. This is how you know I couldn't be a Twitch streamer. I don't know how Hassan Piker must have a really tough ass, or maybe it's a really soft ass. It's really funny seeing like a Turkish guy abuse an animal like that. Because I said that it might not have been a zap, but I'm pretty... other people have sort of convinced me that he definitely zapped his dog because it didn't want to just sit in the corner like a fucking bump on a log all day like what he does. I find Skier thicker than Greek yogurt. I guess it depends on the brand that you get. Yeah. He's justifying it, although he didn't admit to shocking the dog. He's like, she was with my mom for a long time, and she needs to regain the structured order. So he's like a typical fucking communist. It. What? That's just like, that's the thing, is it's some big dog. Big dogs like that are supposed to be on a farm. It's probably a shepherd or something. And, but he, it's supposed to sit inside all day with his stupid socialist ass. Man. Oy. The dog must be Armenian. Yeah. People that are left-wingers are all degenerates. You can't... I'm convinced. Alright? Actually, no, it's something like 2% of them aren't low empathy. Alright? And saying 98% of them are low empathy is being nice. The whole ideology is just a grab for status through virtue signaling via pathological altruism. And so that's why when I've mentioned this before, but when people talk about like meeting them in the middle, there's no meeting them in the middle. For them, it's like there's no negotiations with them. Called Quark. Yeah, I've heard about Quark. The German guys like that. Vigorous Steve talks about having Quark when he was more on a budget in the early days of his bodybuilding career. Listening to Hassan instantly fills you with rage. That could be your pre-workout then. You just listen to him, then you get all fired up for your lifts. Sometimes I have good workouts like that where I'm so pissed off about something, and then I'm just in the fucking zone. Oh yeah, Siggy's. Yeah, we have that too, yeah. Yes. Sometimes I get the 0%, the plain 0% Siggies. Then I just put maple syrup in it. Maple syrup makes everything better. For a while, back when I was doing my bulk, I was being cheap, and we've got like we had like 2 bottles of Aunt Jemima's pancake syrup. So it's so bad, it's so freaking bad. It doesn't even, it's not even close to tasting like maple. It reminds you of how pathetic people are. Well, that's the idea. That's my best song, I think. I think it's, there's some that have better production and better singing, but I think that one is sort of, it. I got the lyrics, and I got the feel that I wanted the most out of any song on that album. Yeah, I guess they don't say that it's supposed to be a simulation maple flavor, like the donuts at Tim Hortons. It's not even close to tasting like maple. Oh man. Speaking of Polacks, there's a Polish deli around here, and they hired this mulatto kid, and he was the only one that wasn't Polish. And I didn't say it. I wanted to. I'm like, you must be from southern Poland or something. That's usually my joke. Like, I met my cousin. He's like a 4th cousin, and he's half Indian. And I'm like, you must be from southern Italy. When I was at the gym on Tuesday, there was these guys beside me from Tanzania, and later they had a whole group of them. Okay, there's these 2 twin brothers. They had their younger brother there, and I'm like, what is this, Africa? And then later on, those guys took it well. Later on, there was a really dark guy that came in beside them. He was probably like, I don't know. He was a sub-Saharan African. And I'm like, hey, guys, you're not the blackest ones in here anymore. Sure you're not Romanian? Like, my cousin there, he was a bleeding, well, he wasn't like, otherwise he would have broken my balls more because I was being racially insensitive, but he's a lefty for sure. I've only seen him one time. Your favorite part starts at 2:15. Is that the chorus or is that the bridge? After the where it's like. For me, the part to start lifting is when I do my chromatic ascension. All right, after like my little solo, which is just some basic thing on the E string. It's where it's like arteries are wrought with unparalleled onslaught. Trivia's cast of the void. That's where I'd start. Psycho Train stuck in your head for months. Psycho Train was the easiest song to write because the lyrics that I chose were like just sort of normally how I talk. I made it less poetic. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Psycho Train definitely has some good vitriol in it, though, for sure. It's like these. Every time I see one of these broccoli head wiggers, it makes me want to puke, or something like that. Or these pajama wearing dud sharks make me want to puke, something like that. And then what I say, an inferno engulfs the city, let the Bugman die. YouTube, this isn't a call for violence. It's all part of my fiction novel that I'm writing. I want to know the things. Oh, that's the chorus. Yeah, I want to know the things you're gonna show to keep cool and get in on the action. Yeah. That's a pretty basic chorus. It's it's just the chorus is played over my one note riff, where I'm just pedaling on C. Hate's like that too, where I'm just pedaling on the low string for most of it. For the chorus. Hallowed, called Ordo Xenos. Alex Jones rant added onto a Warhammer 4K. Yeah. Alex Jones has great rants. There's a video that I saw called The Night Comedy Died. Alex Jones opens for Doug something. Doug Hepburn? Doug Stanhope. I think that's his name. And I don't know. It definitely didn't kill comedy. I freaking love that. It's from like the year 2005 or something like that. It's a great rant. I love rants. I love passionate rants like that. Assuming they're not about, you're not ranting about, I don't know, reparations or something stupid. Starship Troopers, yeah. Starship Troopers is a great movie. Yeah. Yeah, that album, the 21st Century album, is very basic. One of the reasons why it's basic is because my guitar that I have, that my old one there, the Wolfgang, it was set up so poorly that I wouldn't, although I don't really, I definitely have more complex riffs in my new songs that I wrote, but that's because this guitar is a lot better than that one. And so I just have really basic riffs on the other one because the guitar is so shitty. Where's like, do you know what it's like? No, I don't. I've probably heard that rant. He's like, oh, you guys don't care about what I'm saying. I can't do an Alex Jones voice, unfortunately. But he's like, you guys don't care about what I'm saying. But one day, you're going to be in one day, you're going to wish. One day, you're going to be put in Guantanamo Bay. And you're going to have 5 black guys behind you. And you're going to be wishing that you had the courage to stand up to the New World Order. Did you see Alex Jones' new mustache? Maybe he shaved it off by now. It's looking fucking good. The Jones being sued for billions is a sort of state flex to sort of it was sort of squash like the dissidence of the narrative that they've given people. Like now, I'm pretty sure even like the Charlie Kirk thing about him getting killed. Most people believe the main story where he got shot from the front, and even though when like if like they say he uses this rifle with this round, but that would blow a hole in you like this big or something like that. I don't know how people aren't immediately like, okay, well, no, that's impossible. But it's mainly because they're cowards and they don't want to. They won't go against the flow. It wouldn't blow a hole in that big. That's what somebody told me. That round, what's it called? Like 30-06. Maybe it wouldn't blow a hole in that big. Maybe it'd blow it even bigger. It'd blow his neck off. Somebody just told me that. I don't really know anything about firearms. It's not what it does. It'll blow a huge hole out the back, but the entry won't be. But was there a huge hole in the back of his neck? Because people are saying that he also got shot from the back. But I don't know. I don't know. It won't blow a huge hole? See? My Canadianism is showing. Although I suppose my cousin, he'd know. But I've never... my dad has something against guns for some reason. Even though he watches... He's seen like every single Western movie. But he has something against guns.
Good to see you.
You have risked your life.
What's this? Oh, I'm gonna have to sell some of my gems here. Now I just feel dumb. But you guys... I need you guys to forgive me. It's a Canadian thing. Well, city boy Canadian thing. Oh, I got here? Okay, yeah. I need some more skeletons. Alright, let's get her. It probably bounced off his spine and bounced around inside. What, like... It was like some Bugs Bunny shit. Oh, there we go. We're making good. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Rhea Ripley broke her nose. Well, it's just a matter of time. When your nose is that length, the probability of it getting snagged on something and then being broken is a lot higher. That's what she gets for being half Italian. Gun ownership rate? Well, yeah, like I said, I'm a total noob, unfortunately. One to druid skills. I'll hold on to that. I don't even know. Is that good? I don't even know. Oh, I can wear this. She's ready to settle down for a nice roided Canadian gentleman. Rhea Ripley's got... She's good looking, but she seems insufferable. It's probably because she's half Italian. And she's got too much experience for me, if you know what I mean. Here we go. We'll just listen to the Rogue Encampment ambience. Greetings, traveler, while I read some of this stuff. What does this guy say? I just even if you're working in it's really hot, as long as you put your milk in the shade, if you have a 4-liter jug, even a 2-liter jug, by the end of the day it'll still be like room temperature. It won't be hot. But that's not, even then it's not, even if it did get warm, you're going to be okay, because the way kefir is made is it's left at room temperature for 24 hours and then people drink it, so you're going to be fine. It just might not be as enjoyable. You think I can compete in the 242 class? I probably could, but I don't. I'd be really lean, I think, at 242. I weighed 273 pounds yesterday morning, and my abs are starting to show. I've got a 3-pack, because it's not quite a 4-pack, but it's almost there. All right, it's almost there. We're closing in on the 4-pack, but at 242, I think I'd be like, assuming I didn't lose any muscle, super lean. Not body. No, I wouldn't look like a bodybuilder because my build's fucking terrible for that. I think 275 is more. That's a better size for me.
Good evening.
Yeah. Genetic Beast is talking about fermented goat's milk. Yeah, well, they sell goat's milk at Loblaws, but it costs a hell of a lot, and it's still not even fermented. 30-06 isn't going to be bouncing around. It's a big round that'll shatter bone. You're gonna get made fun of? Just tell them they're all fucking pipsqueaks. It's like, okay, well, what do you got there? Oh, you got your. What are you eating? Jell-O? You have a pudding cup and a banana? Oh, well, no wonder you're so fucking small.
Good evening.
How do you avoid diarrhea from beef protein? I don't know. Maybe your stomach's not that weak. It doesn't give you. Maybe you're undercooking it. I don't know. I've never had a problem from beef. The only thing I get diarrhea from is raw eggs, or if I took too much Anadrol. Organic milk at Loblaws. Oh yeah. $9 for 2 liters. Is that the that's the goat's milk too? I thought it was 4 liters, but maybe I was thinking of something else. But he eats a big bag of chips at 10 a.m. Yeah, well, he's a retard. It'd be like, they can make fun of you. It's like, okay, want to fucking arm wrestle? That's like people that they're like breaking my balls. I was telling them about how when I used to drink, I'd get drunk from like, I would drink 80% of a Mickey of Weiser's whiskey, and I'd be freaking drunk. Okay. And they call me a lightweight. It's like, okay, well, I don't drink anymore, but do you want to fucking arm these people that brag about they can drink a lot? Just say, you want to fucking arm wrestle? A protein shake of beef? You mean whey protein, not beef protein. You should be able to get the organic Natrel whole milk for $12 for 4 liters to get the 3-bagger.
Good evening.
I just get skim milk now. It's you pay like $6 for 4 liters. This guy was telling me about trans fats, and now there's like trans fats in like everything. Because even 1 pound of lean ground beef there's like 1.5 grams of trans fat per 100 grams. Yeah, the protein powder that I would get was grass-fed hydrolyzed, and it cost $150 for one bin. So it was like, I think it was almost $2 per scoop.
Good evening.
I've never seen beef protein powder. That probably would taste terrible. There's the Belarusian connection. That might need some looking into. You still drink beers most weekends? Well, you can drink a little bit, but these guys that get fucking plastered and they're bragging about how much they drink, they're just fucking retards. You put honey in your whole milk?
Good evening.
That's how you get fucking huge. I never had any stomach issues with the whole milk. Just brain fog. Lactose intolerant from whey. Well, yeah, it's just better. It's just better if you just don't, unless you're in a pinch. It's better not to take protein powder. You found a steal. How heavy's the tub though? Because my tub was like extra jumbo. He drank 72 beers in 3 days once. He must be English.
Good evening.
He's actually an intelligent person. Yeah, it's too bad he's squandering it. Imagine how much smarter he'd be if he never drank. Collagen makes you look like a 24-year-old boy. It wasn't doing that for me. Maybe it's the steroids and being overweight. There's there's some people that are so smart that even though they can have a terrible habit, they like it's sort of, just squandering your gifts.
Good evening.
Like Winston Churchill, although I suppose he mitigated some of his brain damage from his alcoholism with his nicotine usage. But imagine how smart he would have been if he wasn't an alcoholic. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, some people never learn the. Although my customer, he's 60, he wants to start lifting weights. So in a couple weeks, he's going to start lifting with me, and he hasn't lifted in over 10 years. So I think he's going to be a little disappointed. I bet you he's going to be bench pressing 65 pounds for a set of 5.
Good day.
That's going to be a little disheartening, I suppose. 2.3 pounds. I can't even remember how heavy mine was. I think it was 5 pounds. He took amphetamines. Well, apparently methylphenidate, which is Ritalin, is a really good cognitive enhancer. But it's also, it has the best, it has a very high probability of being abused and sort of addictive. The looks maxing routine, I think it's too late for me to even bother with that. I just have to lose weight. As I'm losing weight, I'm looking better. I look better in person, believe it or not. This camera sucks, but even the phone, it just makes me look ugly. But in person, I'm actually beautiful. When I go to the powerlifting meet, and I'm going to meet one of the guys, one of the viewers in Pennsylvania, he'll second that. His grades were also shit, so he had to go into the cavalry instead of the infantry, which was more prestigious at the time. So you get to go into the cavalry, the mounted forces, if you have worse grades.
Good day.
My stick figure older brother wants to train, but I can't get him on NLP because he can't fucking hit depth at all. Maybe you should start with like box squats if he's like really immobile. That's on. I'm gonna get my customer who hasn't worked out in 10 years. He's just gonna be doing lat pull downs. There's no way he can do a chin up. He's got a big fucking belly. He's like, oh man, I'm just, Andrew, I'm just tired of being fat. Tired of being fat. But thankfully, he just has a big belly. He's not like obscenely overweight. He's like 230 pounds. But lat pull downs, bench press, deadlifts, box squats, and overhead press. And they'll be working out 3 days a week. It'll be fun. He's a funny guy. Have I tried mewing? I don't think I have to mew. I have a masculine head, and I have a big jaw. I have a good chin. I don't need to do any of the things that rebuild your face. And the guys that do that just look fucking stupid. If that's good looking, I don't want to. I just want to be ugly. Every point you put into vanity knocks everything else down twofold. That's why lots of the girls, especially the girls that do looks maxing, because unfortunately that's lots of women where they put all their points into looking beautiful or at least trying to. They're completely useless in everything else. It's like these guys, these red pill guys. They want you to be, talking to all these girls, but are you gonna do anything other than have sex with them? Because there's no way you can't just be having sex all the time unless you're, I don't know, you're like Wilt Chamberlain or something, or Bill Cosby. I don't have the sex drive for that. That's gonna ruin my fucking workout too. DMAAs. I got what's it called? Arius Terrestrial. I got that. Just a minute.
Good day.
Oh, Area Gerensis. I only use this thing a few times. It's absolutely horrible tasting, and I didn't feel like I got much out of it. Maybe I'll give it another shot. This is only 10 grams. This scoop in here is so small. You wouldn't even believe it. This is what they used to put in some of the old... I think they put this in the old pre-workouts. I got this from Amazon.com. Anyways. I think this guy told me that he would parachute this into his mouth. And if I remember this correctly, a guy told me that parachuting is... dumping it into a Kleenex, and then swallowing the Kleenex. Something like that. It's you're going full goat mode. The golden rule is I've never seen a fat calisthenics guy. That's why you got to be the first one. Calisthenics is for 180-pound black guys, because the chin-up game, being Mr. Chin-Up, even though I'm pretty good at it, it's like it's a light person flex. It's like the grip thing. Jeff Nibbard's talking about these standards for having good dead hang strength. Yeah, but the best people at that are like rock climbers that weigh 150 pounds. And how are you going to have a good squat and deadlift and bench press if you're 150 pounds and you're an average person? Your tongue should be against the roof of your mouth. But should it be pressing up on the top of your mouth really hard? It might be easier for me. I remember I was at the dentist and they said I had a shallow palate. So I wouldn't have to, my tongue angle might be more optimal for mewing. Maybe I'll try that. I'll just focus on putting my tongue at the top of my mouth. I don't know if I'm going to push too hard.
Good day.
When you do parkour, your body adapts to evade the police. That's probably the original inspiration for it. It's like that episode of The Warriors, or the level in The Warriors, the video game, when you're running away from the turnbull ACs, and you gotta jump over the chain link fences really fast, otherwise their bus is gonna crush you. But remember, you also have to be heavy so you can crash through the wooden fences. So you tackle through the fences, and then you jump over the chain link fences.
Good day.
You shouldn't be actively putting pressure on it. Okay, good. I don't want my tongue to get too big. It's already fucking huge. That could be a flex, though. Imagine you show a girl you and, you know, nobody ever talks about tongue size. All right. Until now. Yeah, most people don't know the Warriors game. That's a Rockstar game. And that's how, well, it's not necessarily how you know it's good, but it's a really fucking good game. Especially later on, there's so much content, too. There's so many side missions, and then you get to play the cool game modes. Wheelchair racing. Oh, that wasn't one of the cool game modes. It's just fucking hilarious. Where you're crippled guys racing in wheelchairs, and one of them's a punk, or he's a dude with like spiked hair, and he's in I think he's part of the Turnbull ACs, or maybe he's part of the Satan's Mothers. That level sucked ass. No, that level was actually amazing with the Turnbull ACs when they're chasing you. When I was playing with my friend and we were just punch each other, knock each other down, and we failed the mission like 100 times because we were just fucking around and laughing so hard. The stealth mission at the end of the game with the trains, I don't remember that one. I remember. Shit. I remember fighting the hi-hats, and you have to fight Chatterbox, the obese, stuttering this clown, and it's a motherfucker. That one, and fighting the Mexicans, the Hurricanes, in Spanish Harlem, those are the ones that stick out most to me. Fighting Vargas and his brother. His brother broke out the support beam in their apartment building and was using it as a baseball bat. Also fighting the Baseball Furies, where you're fighting the big guy that has the 3 bats that are tied together. That one sticks out to me. Your girlfriend's getting jealous, but I am faithful. What do? You don't have a girlfriend, so you need to come back to reality. The girl that doesn't speak English is like, oh, Mr. Baseball Team, oh, you're so big, I love you. That's not your girlfriend.
Good day.
When I do dips in the park, I'm actually imagining seeing a zombie and I'm lowering into a sewer, hiding. Or you're a Ninja Turtle and you're going back to where you're home. It'd be a great game if the basic combat was a little more interesting. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, compared to the games at the time, I think the combat's kind of funny. It's fun. I remember if you were Ajax, his special move was just to do like a big back fist, and he could take out like 5 guys. Just, that's when you're in rage mode. All right. Then your guys goes. I remember the big baseball guy, the leader of the Baseball Furies, like the 7-foot tall dude in the black uniform. His big hit move was like a spinning high hook kick, and he could take out like fucking 10 guys with it. My neighbor looks at me, mouth wide open, and doesn't say anything. I think it's normal, though. Well, that's because he's a boomer. You ever see the old guy that drives around with his mouth open? Imagine. No one ever told him that's going to make him look ugly. It's going to make his jaw retract. His mandible retract. Test drive Eve of Destruction. You shoot exploding chickens at each other's cars. I never played that one. I remember playing Test Drive for PS2. I fucking love that game. The rubber banding's kind of retarded, but the cars are sweet and the maps are really cool, especially San Francisco. Chatterbox is Protobuck. I don't stutter that bad. I also remember because you go to Soho, and there's this stupid. That's the mission I hated the most. Where you have to, it's a competition between the different gangs to see who can like lay down the most tags, and you play as Rembrandt, and so you're like, the people are battling you and like hitting you so you can't lay tags, but but whoever, I don't know, covers the most ground by the end of the mission or the end of the competition wins. She's traditional and she can speak English with me. She's like, what is expendable? What is expendable? Can you get an emulator stream for Warriors? Yeah, I actually got the PS2 emulator. Just a minute. Let me check out Vim's Lair. Oh wait, what am I doing? All right, let me just go like this. Make myself bigger. We'll go like this. I'll see if I have the game on Vim's Lair. Let me just log out of this. Warriors. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Am I still streaming? Hopefully the internet didn't just fucking die on me. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Oh yeah, we're still good. We're still good. The Vault. Let's check it out. PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 came in 2000? Okay. Is it going to be under W? Oh, The Warriors right there. 8.4 out of 10. 2.19 gigabytes. That's just going to... On this website, it'll take me probably 24 hours to download that. It emulates just fine. You can add. My very Italian profile. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You notice that? Notice how there's no hookage there? So I don't even want to fucking hear it. Alright. You can get your, it's called like a goniometer. I was looking up how to measure hooks. Like a hook angle. And it's called a goniometer. And, that's pretty straight. It is pretty wide, though. So, you know, you could say I'm part African. But don't. God Hand? I gotta check out some of these games. Shadow of the Colossus. I remember renting that one. I remember I got stuck on one of the bosses. It was I can't remember which one it was, though. It's a fucking sweet game. I like the Punisher for PS2. Part Sicilian? Don't say that. Don't even go there. Fallout 2? That's not for PS2. Yeah, people want me to play Fallout. Old school RuneScape mode? That'll be tomorrow, I think. Most of those ROM sites are pretty fast. I'll start the download. See what happens. Actually, no, I'll start it later. Because that's going to fucking really kill my internet. Okay. Oh, what do we got going on here? Yeah. So I need to go eat. How long have I been going here? 2 hours. 2 hours. Alright. 2 or 3. Man's got to eat, exactly. Alright, I got you this. God Hand. Fallout. Man cake number 2. No, I'm going to eat some beef. I'll see you later.